What's going on today, guys? Kevin Reese here. Today I'm going to take y'all through a total service of your 2009 Honda Accord. This is for the 2008 to 2012 model, 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. So let's go ahead and get started. When you remove your radiator cap, just be careful because it's hot, but the way it works is it locks in place. So the way you take it off is you have to actually push down and turn it for it to unlock because it's pressurized, and that's important with these systems. Sometimes if you have a leak or something's not right, you're getting air in your system, it's because your cap is bad. But you can tell this is a pretty new cap, so everything looks like it's good to go. So we're going to go ahead now up underneath it, and we'll open up the petcock on the radiator, and we'll let the coolant out, and then we'll empty the coolant out of our reservoir. Alright guys, so you can see here we've got the coolant going out to the drain pan. You can see that petcock, you just loosen it and it allows everything to drain. So you can see that's what we have going on right now. It's just draining. So it's just a slow process. And you can also do like I've done here and take the cap off of your radiator. That'll allow it to drain faster. So you can see here, this is your cap for your reservoir and the little tube that goes down inside it. You just set it to the side. You got the reservoir right here. This is what it looks like when it's outside the vehicle. So as you can see here, this is the tab that it slides down in. This part right here faces towards the engine. And when you look inside, this is what you want to look at. You have your maximum mark and your minimum mark. So that's how you know where your levels are. So right now you can see this is still draining. But I'm going to go ahead and drain this into this pan while we wait. Alright guys, so this last step that I did, you don't have to do this, but I did just because it was, just had like some old just sediment in there from just years and years and miles of the same coolant. So I sprayed it out with the water hose just to get all the junk out the inside of it. But just make sure that you empty all the water out real good, shake it out good and let it dry some. You don't want any of the minerals in the water getting in there because they can damage the metals. So just make sure it dries out real good before you put it back on. We let all the coolant drain, tighten the little petcock back up. So now we're going to go ahead and start the process of adding the coolant back. And now keep in mind, guys, that once the system has gotten air in it like this, you're going to have to kind of burp the air out, so to speak. So when you put coolant in, it's supposed to hold with the change 1.56 gallons. So that's basically almost 2 of those. Now it'll probably be full before then, but what we're going to do is put some in our reservoir, bring it up to our max mark. Then we're going to put some in the radiator and fill it, and then we're going to start it up and let it run. And what will happen is this will pull coolant when it's low from here over to here. But also you're going to need to get it up to operating temperature, turn the heater on because it's going to allow the coolant to circulate through the heater core, come back. So you want everything open and you want to get all the coolant in. So that's going to be the trick. And to drive it down the highway, say 55 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour for a couple of minutes. And then come back and check it. Alright, so we've got it full here to the little mark, and we barely used any out of our second jug. But like I said, went ahead and filled that one up to the max mark. You can see it looks good and clean. Now we're going to start it up, turn the heater on, and we're going to let this coolant start to circulate because it'll get pulled down some and we can add some more. And we're going to have to run it some and go through the RPMs to get the coolant flowing good. Because if you look right now, it says that it's at operating temperature, but what we'll do is just rev it some, go through the RPM some. Sometimes you have to hold it. So this will help the system to burp and get the air out, and also we'll have to drive it some too. Alright guys, so running along about 55. See, our temp looks good. You got your heater's here on high. So all that's good. Got hot air coming out, so we're just going to drive it for about 10 miles, 5 or 10 miles, and come back and let it cool before we take the cap off and then check our level. Alright, so just wanted to update you guys. So I did have to add some coolant to this. The reservoir actually stayed on the same mark, so that was good, but I did have to add some more coolant to this after driving it, guys. Like I explained to y'all, you know how when the engine starts running and it gets up to operating temperature and the thermostat opens, it allows all the coolant from the engine to circulate to the radiator and back and forth. With the heater on, you know, it goes in through the firewall into the heater core and back out, so you have all that takes place. And that's the coolant, you know, that's all avenues for the coolant to travel down, so that's why the levels start to drop. That's why you have to run it and then check it. So we did that, highway driving, ran it up, you know, ran it through the gears hard, came back here, added some coolant. But remember, guys, don't take it off when it's hot, let it cool a minute. So anyway, that's what we did. So right now everything is pretty much good to go. So there you have it, guys. That's a total service, how to change your transmission fluid, engine oil and filter, cabin air filter, and your coolant. So I hope you like watching this video. I'm Kevin Reese. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel, guys. Helps me out to make more videos for you. As always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.